detailed description of the certificates which is coming under the MARPOL part. Okay, next we have the record books. If you see, without the record book, the complete MARPOL implementation is not successful. When we have to show that we are complying with the MARPOL, the record books are given to maintain the day-to-day records, how the operations are being conducted. Okay, so in this one you can see here Annex 1, oil record book 1 and oil record book 2. Oil record book 1 is basically dealing with the machinery space discharges, and oil record book 2 is basically deals with the cargo space discharges. So on tankers you will find 1 and 2, and non tankers you will have only 1. Okay, so this is the Annex 1 part. Annex 2 you have cargo record book, CRB, cargo record book, that is your Annex 2 part. Okay, so whatever the chemical cargoes which are there as per the categorization X, Y, Z and OS, so all the records has to be maintained in the cargo record book. So that is coming under your Annex 2. Annex 3, no record books are found. There is no record has to be maintained as per the MARPOL requirement. So nothing is there. Then Annex 4, again the no record book as per MARPOL which is being found, but on board ship you have some of the records and all, but that is a different part altogether. Annex 5, garbage record book, very important. GRB, garbage record book, which is there. So as per Annex 5, we have to thoroughly maintain it, and Port State Control comes and inspect all this, how you are managing, storing, segregating, discharging the garbage as per your garbage management plan. So garbage record book, all the records has to be maintained. Then Annex 6, we have ODS record book and sulfur record book. So ODS record book is there, ozone depleting substances, record book. Okay. So you have the ODS record book, your ozone depleting substances. We have to see that the whatever ODS equipments which are there, the refrigerant gases which is coming as the ozone depleting, so the record has to be maintained. So the flag state approved record book is there in your ODS. And sulfur record book, somewhere it is also called, or some flag states they are saying that emission control record book. So sulfur record book which is having the okay. So ODS record book is there as per Annex 6 requirement, that is your ozone depleting substances. So in this one, whatever the equipments which are there which is having the ozone depleting substances, these substances records has to be maintained, quantity wise, how much is there in which equipment, how much is there, how much you are charging, how much you have received in any port, or how much you have released, or during the maintenance it is being released. So all these records in the flag state approved record book has to be maintained. So that is your ODS record book. And then you have sulfur record book. Sulfur record book, somewhere it is also called emission control record book. It is related to basically your MARPOL Annex 6 part. Okay, so when we talk about the emission control, so many emissions which is coming and the record has to be maintained. But in this one, basically the LSFO, VLSFO, whatever bunkering which is being done, sulfur content of that, all these details has to be done. Fuel changeover which is there, that is also to be recorded in your sulfur record book. And if you have berthing in EU berths, or the ICA berths and all, so the detailed description of the fuel changeover, how much quantity fuel remaining and all these descriptions are there. So we will have a detailed video on that also, the sulfur record book. So this basically slide contains the complete MARPOL, what are the various record books in the MARPOL complete. Okay, and this is something, the third part, which also talks about the successful implementation of the MARPOL. Okay, so this is management plan. The how, suppose if any oil spill happen, then we have to go for the SOPEP part. If any chemical spill happen, then we have to go for SMPEP, SEMPEP, and in garbage we have to manage the garbage management plan. So this is there. And Annex 6, the VOC management plan, and SEAMP 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are the plans. As you can see here, Annex 1, shipboard oil pollution emergency plan, shipboard oil pollution emergency plan. That is something which, suppose you have the oil spill, then in that scenario the oil, how you are going to the cordon off that part, or how you are going to contain the oil. You should not allow the oil to spill over or the spread over. So that is also being given in the your SOPEP part. And various SOPEP equipments are there. Generally on board ship we have the SOPEP drill also conducted, which make you guys practiced that how, what are the duties, and in case of any oil spill, what actions to be taken, what are the equipments, various equipments which can be utilized at that time, mobilized at that time. So that all details are there, reporting part also being given. So that is your SOPEP. Then next two we have SEMPEP, same things are there. That is your SMPP. So if you have the motor vessel, which is basically a chemical tanker, then your SMPP will be there, which contains your the chemical spill part also, and then it contains your oil spill part also. Because it is a motor vessel, you have a bunker as a fuel. Okay, so fuel as a bunker we have that part. So oil part also is being covered into that as SMPP, and your chemical part is also being covered into that, but the combined one, the name is SMPP. Okay, so that is also there in Annex 2. Annex 3 we don't have any management plans as per the requirement. Annex 4 also no plans. Annex 5 the garbage management plan, that is your GMP, which deals about the color coding, marking, separation, segregation, and discharging. So all these requirements are given into that. And Annex 6 is having the VOC, volatile organic compounds, and in this volatile organic compounds you have the full detail of how these volatile compounds are being managed. So when on, this is basically on tankers. Okay, so in this one VOC is given, and then we have SEAMP 1, SEAMP 2, 3. Total now at present now we have 3 SEAMPs. SEAMP 1 is there. SEAMP means your shipboard energy efficiency management plan. So this is related to the energy efficiency part, which is covered under your chapter 4 of the MARPOL Annex 6. Okay, so this one we have SEAMP 1, SEAMP 2, and SEAMP 3. SEAMP 1 is dealing with your EEDI and EEOI. SEAMP 2 is dealing with IMODCS, and SEAMP 3 is dealing with your EEXI and CII. So this is your complete description, complete overview, which regarding the certificate, regarding your what you can say, the record books and the management plan. So here one more overview, which is very easy to see for you. So it is a complete chart, and in this one you have all the requirements shown over here. Annex, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. First column represents your statutory certificate. Second column represents about the survey part of it. Third column represents about the disposal limits. Fourth is special area, and fifth is plans and records, and last one is your reception facilities. So as per the requirement, how the things are. The statutory certificates we have seen already. Annex 1, it is talking about the bulk oil. Yes, we have the statutory certificate. Then we talk about the survey, because certification is done after the survey only. So the initial, then you have annual, intermediate, and renewal, which is done. The survey is also yes. Disposal limits, we have the limit which is set in the MARPOL. If you see that, as per the special area requirement, special area also I will come with another video. The special area, various annexes, what are the special area, what are the limitations, so that also I will discuss. So special area is also there, yes. And then records, you have to maintain the record in ORB1 and ORB2. Then we have SOPEB also, that is your management plan, and reception facility is also yes. Next, if you see the bulk NLS statutory certificate, yes, that is NLS certificate. Survey is also done, yes. Disposal limits are also there. We have discharge criteria also. This special area is also there. Plans and records also there. We have the SMPEP, and your CRB, cargo record book, and the reception facilities. If you see that, we have the reception facility also. Then we have the packaged cargo, that is your harmful substances in packaged form, NX3. No statutory certificate, as I told you earlier. No survey which is conducted. Disposal limits, no. Special area, no. And plans and record, if you see the cargo manifest which is there for the correct marking, labeling and storage of cargo, and then you have the reception facility, no. So NX3 all no, except one. Sewage, yes, we have the statutory certificate, that is your ISPP. Then we have the survey which is being conducted. The survey, without survey no certificates will be issued, so it is there. Then we have the disposal limits, yes, we have the discharge criteria of the sewage. Then special area, yes, we have the special area related to the NX4 also. Plans and records, yes, we have record maintaining, not as per the MARPOL, but yes, the companies are maintaining the records, maintenance records and plans. And reception facility, we have, yes, also. Okay, so we should not be confused with these plans and records. Basically, as per MARPOL, we have seen there is no management plan and there is no record, but the companies are maintaining the part of it. 5, there is no certificate, no survey, but disposal limits or the discharge criteria is there. Special area is also there. Plans and records, yes, GRB is there, and garbage management plan is also there, and reception facilities are there all around the world to accept the part of it. And then air emissions, that is the thing. So air pollution part, NX6, we have seen already the statutory certificate. Survey is also being conducted. Disposal limits are also there. We have the special area, ECA, which is there. Plans and records, yes, we are maintaining. We have the management plans also, we are maintaining records also in NX6, and reception facilities are also there as per NX6 requirement. So this is a complete overview or complete chart which you can see before going to the exam and all, and this will tell you complete story of the MARPOL as I have described, and this gives you a complete overview of the MARPOL part of it. So with this, I am winding it up, and thank you all of you. So whatever I have discussed, I hope it is useful for you and you can utilize it for the exam purpose, and this gives you complete overview about the MARPOL part. Thank you again.